Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's card making video, I am making a shaker card with this very cute mime. It's from the Once Upon a Mime stamp set from Trinity Stamps. Here you can see all the products I'm using today. This is that Once Upon a Mime stamp set. And I am using this background I made with some stencils. I'll show you those in a minute. This is the 4-bar die set from Trinity Stamps I'm using as well. Now here's the stencils I'm using. This is the Good Morning Sunshine stencil set. They are 9 by 6, and so you can really stencil these on any size card. I'm going to put a link up here in the corner to where I made that background. It's an introduction video to those stencils, so you'll find it very helpful. Now I cut out the center of this pink panel that measured 5.5 by 4 1/4. I'll save the centerpiece, and on the back of the frame I'm adding a window sheet, just gluing that down. And then we need to let that dry before we can make the shaker. So while that is drying, I'm going to stamp out the images for today's card. I'm only using 3 images: this little girl that's holding a heart, a sentiment, and the hat. I love the hat in this set. I don't know why. It's darling. But I stamped those out in black ink so I could do some Copic coloring. I'm using E53 for her hair, which most of her hair is going to be covered by the hat, so I'm only using one color. For her skin, I'm using E13. I'm going to color it with one layer, and then I'll come back in a minute and add some more shadowing with the same color. Now I am coloring her shirt the typical mime colors, black and white, and then using RV06, which I didn't love, so I actually brought in RV09 instead. Colored the heart, the pants, and the hat band with that, and I love how that color turned out. I think it's going to go well with my cardstock. So there I am adding a shadow on her skin, and then I'm going to use N10, which is the same black marker I used on her shirt for the hat, but it's a bigger image, so I can bring in my N8 and N6 to give her hat a center highlight. Now I will add a little bit of N2 to the white areas for a shadow, and then Jelly Roll Pen for white highlights because it's my favorite. I love it. And then I'll add her little freckles on her cheeks where I did some R20 to give kind of a rosy area for the cheeks. Next, I will die cut out all the things with the coordinating dies, and then you can see how cute this hat looks on her head. I just had to do it. It's so cute. All right, so now I'm going to create a ticket-like label for my sentiment to go on. Now this die, you could snip it apart. There's 2 parts to it, but I left them together and it die cuts these 3 pieces. I'm going to put the sentiment on the most solid piece, and then I also die cut it from black so I can have a black frame and then a pink frame. Now it's time to create that shaker. So I am putting some foam strips all around the window, making sure that the ends of the foam touch, that they meet, and there's no gaps where my shaker elements could possibly escape. I have these pink hearts. Trinity has a ton of hearts like this, but I think the exact color they don't have right now. They have one that's slightly different. I also put some glass glitter in there and then sealed it up with my background, which I had cut down to be 5.5 by 4 1/4. So it fit my card perfectly. And I just love how those shaker elements look on that rainbow background. I'm gluing down my sentiment right to the window sheet. Then I'll add the black frame around that. It's a little bit thicker than the next one, which is super duper thin. So I just took that off screen, touched it to a paper towel to kind of take off a little bit of the glue so I didn't have too much that would seep out. Now I am taking this die that die cuts a stamped heart and die cutting 3 glitter hearts from black glitter paper. Now I have the Greatest Friend on Earth stamp set to stamp this little stage for my mime to stand on. She just needed something to stand on. I needed a little something extra on this card, so I'm going to color that with my N10 and my RV09 marker. So it's matchy-matchy. I have to have things matchy-matchy. Are you like that? It's a syndrome. And I don't mind it at all. I die cut that out with the coordinating die, and then I can just glue her so she's standing right on top of it, and that really was the added thing that this card needed. Well, one of them. There's one more thing I add to this card after I think it's done. So now I have her adhered in place with foam squares. I know right where I want those hearts to go, so I can glue them into place. So this is going on to an A2 size card that measures 11 inches by 4 1/4 and is scored at 5.5 inches. I saved that piece that I die cut from the center of my pink frame so that I could glue it onto the inside of my black card for a nice little place to write. And that's the shaker. So I thought I was done with this card, but it just was bothering me. It needed something else. So I cut a black piece of cardstock to 5 1/4 by 4 inches. So it's 1/4 of an inch smaller. And then I cut it from that with that same rectangle die. So the inside rectangles match up, but it's slightly smaller than my frame. So you can still see the pink showing around the edge. And I loved that. That completed the card. I think this is such a fun card with that rainbow in the background, the pink and the black, the shaker, the glitter paper. I love all the things, and I am loving the new circus and performance related stamp sets that just came out from Trinity. I'm going to have Trinity Stamps linked for you below so you can check out their new things as well. And I will be back again very soon with another video, so if you're new here, feel free to subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Happy stamping! Bye!